There's a trap of prophetic operations. The major trap is that if not managed, people will not grow. So that's why if you find yourself, or if you see a congregation where the only emphasis is prophetic operations, you will realize that men usually do not grow. They do not grow in the knowledge of God, and they do not come into the true expression of the person of Christ, because their appetite has been tampered with so much that all they seek in God are the things that God would say to them, especially pertaining to their natural. So men can become so engrossed with the natural that they are not journeying into the divine. There is the divine life, there's a supernatural life, and then there's what? There's the natural life. Let's say that again. There's what? The divine life, the supernatural life, and then there's the natural life. But prophetic insight happens from the supernatural, because that's where spirits meet. That's where spirits meet. It happens from the supernatural. So it can navigate from supernatural down to touching the natural, or it can navigate from the supernatural and lead men into the divine. So when it comes from the when it comes towards the natural, it is ministering things to the natural of men. Are you getting what I'm saying? So when prophetic operation moves from the supernatural, which is its original pedestal, and comes towards the natural, what it administers is what things. It administers natural substances, so it tends to minister prosperity to the natural of men. Right? But then there's another level of prophetic operations that navigates men or lead men towards the divine. So those are prophetic operations that reveal the will of God. Now, are you with me tonight? Those are prophetic operations that reveal what? The will of God. Now, when we talk will of God in this context, we're not talking about what you can become on earth. We are talking about what God wants to put in man. Are you with me? We're talking about what God wants to put in man. So there is a prophetic operation for the supernatural, from the supernatural, that leads into the divine, revealing God's will for man, so that when used properly, the resultant effect is that the life that is apportioned, the glory that is apportioned to man, can be trapped by a man and can be walked into by a man. So that prophetic operation gears towards the divine, and it moves men into the divine so that they begin to live from where they are seated. So it's that which brings the inheritance of the divine life into men. But the prophetic of the supernatural that gears towards the natural only administers things. So it deals with the natural needs of men. Now that one, there's a trap there. There can be a trap there. So that anytime people come to God, what they are looking for is what? They are natural. So that's where prophetic can have a trap. So that's why you can go to some prophetic churches and the end of every operation is what? The natural. So the people know so much about the natural, but they are not advancing into the divine. So you can have blessed men, blessed in the natural, but not blessed in the divine. Because the divine life also has a blessing. It's a blessing, it's an inheritance. And it can be received by prophecy. Are you with me? Are you with me? It can be received by what? Prophecy. So there is a prophetic navigation that leads men and move them from being natural conscious men into divine conscious men. So there are men who are divinely conscious. So the Lord was saying that there can be a trap of the prophetic if it always goes towards the natural. So that when men gather, the only thing they are looking for is the natural, and that will affect the pursuit of God in the hearts of men. So you see that men will be exerting so much energy, but the only thing they are looking for is what? Things natural.